Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This is we get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock. With news, gold has hit a new record high as the greenback weakens, and quite fast. But first, the bounce back in durable goods orders in June from May in the US pretty much confirmed what was expected, but it only happened because of large military orders. Non-defence capital goods orders were down 23% year on year, and in any other circumstance that was a huge pullback in private sector investment. The US Fed is meeting this week and decisions will be announced on Thursday New Zealand time. They face growing doubts about the prospect for a sustained economic rebound in the US due to the pandemic response, and officials are saying their economy faces a deeper downturn and more difficult recovery if the country doesn't take more effective action to slow the spread of the infection. An expected gloomy assessment is one reason the US greenback is weakening. It's at a 2-year low against the euro, and the gold price in US dollars is taking off. The Fed probably feels it's shouldering all the burden of the economic response to the pandemic. Meanwhile, the White House and the Senate have agreed to a $1 trillion extension to the temporary benefits expiring in the next few days. But there are doubts the House of Representatives won't go along with the plan. In China, while activity is rising, profitability isn't, although the rate of its contraction is slowing. Industrial profits of its large enterprises were lower year on year in June by almost 13%. Hong Kong has reported a larger trade deficit in June than in May, with exports shrinking year on year and imports shrinking faster. In Australia, their competition watchdog has launched federal court proceedings against Google. They allege Google misled consumers to obtain their consent to extend the scope of personal information that Google could collect and combine about consumers' internet activity for use by Google, including for targeted advertising. US Treasury 10-year yield is firm at just over 0.61%. The gold price is pushed on up to an all-time record high of $1,940 an ounce. That's a $39 gain for the day. It is also very near its all-time high in New Zealand currency as well. The oil prices are marginally firmer today. They're just above $41.50 a barrel in the US, and the international price is just on $43.50 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar will also start today marginally firmer at 66.8 US cents. Against the Australian dollar, we're firmish at 93.7 Australian cents, and against the euro, with little change to 56.9 euro cents. That means our trade-weighted index is at 70.2 and still in the general range we've been all year. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.